Jordan in 1998, remember his last game was against what? The Jazz. Let me break this down. Hint the whole theme of the virus, the whole theme of the sickness, the flu. You understand that? Remember I was talking about the swine flu when the Messiah came on the scene because hint the virus, hint the whole thing of bringing down Satan's kingdom, the great plagues. Remember Jordan's last, remember in the Exodus you had the plagues before exiting Egypt thing. So remember Jordan played against the Jazz because hint the Jazz, hint the Revelation trumpets of Revelation. And remember the whole theme of what? How deep that goes, hint the flu game. Remember that was his last game with the Bulls in 1998. So it was already signifying how the Messiah was waking up. Hint, Kobe had the same thing. The Jordan, the whole thing of playing against the Jazz, his last game. And then, that was during the time of Trump coming into office, getting elected. Remember that, hint the blowing the royal trumpets. I remember the last NBA game before the NBA bubble. Remember before the big quarantine with the NBA, the bubble. What was the last game played before they started saying we can go to the bubble then? The last game was OKC Thunder. And the Most High's voice is the Roaring Thunder. And then they played against the Jazz. And then the game got postponed because of the flu. The big shot, the big disease thing going on recently. Highly symbolic. Hint, the Truman Show came out in 1998. Last game, the last year Jordan played with the Bulls. Hint, the Truman Show. Remember how Jim Carrey, hint Cara Carey. Remember how he woke up in a world where he was always being watched. Hint, in Deuteronomy 30:19, this day in heaven is recorded against you. Choose life and death, or choose life or choose death. Choose life or you can always live, eternally. So hint the whole thing, how Jim Carrey was living in a world full of Masons who was trying to keep him dumbed down, keep him docile until he woke up and saw what's going on and broke up out of the matrix. Remember that. And that came out in 1998. So this is around the time of the Messiah, during the time of the Air Force thing. And the whole thing too, in 1999, remember, you had Willie James on DMX song Up in Here. Remember the song Up in Here when the Messiah came on the music video, basically the Messiah had, robbed the bank. He robbed the Masons of their treasures. I had showed it before on my DMX video. But, basically they call him Willie James and they said he's most wanted. Willie James, Willie means what? Remember the Messiah is, that's the Lamb of God. And, they say he's 6'1", 190 pounds, right? Hint the Messiah right here. Where's it at? And they said Lewis was 6 pounds. Look at this. At the very bottom. You zoom in. Notice they say Lewis, a 6 foot, 190 pound senior linebacker. 6 foot, 190 pounds. Hint the 6'1", 190 pounds. And Obama, the Antichrist, hint the whole thing why he's 6'1". It's no way around none of this, yo. Enemy of the State came out when? 1998. The same year of the Truman Show, because it was written by David too, hint the House of David. Hint the whole theme of what? The whole thing, remember, Will Smith was targeted because he was what? He was a lawyer. Hint the Messiah is the law. You know what I mean? He is our lawgiver, the lawyer. Hint he defends us in the court of heaven. Because Satan is our accuser, accusing us daily.